Welcome back. Now, Orion Minerals has transitioned from being an exploration company to a copper producer, and the journey has not been an easy one. This ambition has cost the group. It now sits with a wider full-year loss, but the group has recently signed a deal with a unit of Glencore for up to $250 million to help fund its local Prieska copper-zinc project, and with strong investor backing, the miner has also upped its latest capital raise to nearly 100 million rand, is empathetic that its copper project will not fail. Company CEO Anthony Lennox joins us with more detail. Anthony, thanks so much for your time this afternoon. And I guess let's start with looking at your financials. As mentioned, the loss has widened over the past financial year. Take us through those numbers and just contextualizing the year that was for Orion.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you. The numbers for the last financial year reflect a very steady, deliberate process to have our two projects, but more so our Prieska flagship project in a state whereby we can attract investor confidence. And that has meant that we have had money spent on studies and the alike, in particular our DFS at the end of Q1 of this year. And the pleasing thing is that we had a very robust process that has led to, whilst it's non-binding, the agreement with Glencore.
And is the group, Anthony, still on track to, I guess, produce and start selling copper by late 2026? You can also just walk us through where things are at with both your big assets being Prieska and Okiep.
The Prieska project is moving ahead in accordance with our plans. So we look to finalise the due diligence in Glencore during November, maybe early November, and that will then see us in a position whereby we can move ahead very nicely, because the uppers, as they're known, will be, under the terms of the agreement, fully funded.
Yeah.
We have just recently appointed our project director for Prieska, and that is a well-experienced gentleman who has had many years' experience at Palabora, Mr. Johan van Dijk. And the next thing we look forward to is, in the latter portion of the year, getting our initial contracts in place, heads of agreement that is, whereby we can start in full shovel-ready execution in the new year, which will see us on track for concentrate by the end of next year. The Okiep project, as we've said, that is requires optimisation. It is not another DFS study. It is a matter of looking at the key aspects that control the financial metrics, and once we've been through that, we will be in a much better position to come back to the market with an addendum as to what we can do with Okiep.
Now, you know, there are difficulties when it comes to being a junior miner, particularly when it comes to securing capital, Anthony. And Orion, of course, has been tapping shareholders as a way to inject capital. Talk to me about that. You also touched on that Glencore partnership, where you will be seeing more capital being injected into the company. What are you seeing when it comes to investor confidence?
Well, you put it in the word very correctly. It's confidence. So the market has seen an uplift, from my perspective, in terms of the confidence in the management team and what we can deliver. A junior lives in the world where we are seeking funds to get through studies, to get through an action plan, which will then see us into production. So we work very earnestly to do that. And the most important thing in seeking market confidence is being deliberate, being purposeful, and meeting your targets. And I think the market is starting to recognise that is what the new look Orion is doing.
And this also evident in the strong backing you got from the latest capital raise. Is the support mainly from, I guess, your current investors, your current shareholders, or are you seeing interest from new investors? You can maybe even touch on navigating investor skepticism as well.
Look, firstly, the capital raise has been very, very heavily South Africa, so the JSE has supported us well. And contained in that are some excellent long-term supporters of Orion. There are new people coming to the fold as well. And it's very pleasing to see that people who've been around for a long time are starting to recognise and support us with the plan we have going forward. The raise has been very pleasing for us. It will see us through to Q2 of next year, and what that will allow us to do is work with Glencore. We see it as a partnership with Glencore. They're bringing the money. We have to look after their investment. We have long-term offtake as part of that, and it is just a steady step forward that will realise production out of Prieska by the end of next year.
And talking about that and just navigating the environment we're currently in, how are you applying capital discipline as you make this transition?
There are three arenas. Firstly, we have embarked on very good execution governance with well-experienced people, and we have that framework starting to solidify within Orion, and that has been relatively new. The next thing in terms of looking after our investors' money is at every turn of the wheel using value engineering in the process of execution, and that is a well-defined but not often well-discussed topic. And my experience as well is positioning the operation for operational readiness. So during execution, we will have the operations people part and parcel so that we don't have or succumb to value erosion during the ramp up of first production. So execution governance, value engineering, operational readiness.
And quickly before I let you go, the group is really positioning itself as a miner focused on future-facing metals. And with that being said, maybe take us through your analysis of the market, right? Price dynamics and demand supply matters, especially in this kind of macroeconomic environment.
Look, the copper has always, in my view, been a wonderful metal to be part and parcel of. So to have two fully permitted projects in the Northern Cape and be steadily moving forward in that arena couldn't be better. The whole dynamics about future-facing metals, nickel, cobalt, PGMs, they are in our portfolio, but we need to get up and running, and that is why the tremendous focus is on Prieska, our flagship in the first instance, O'Keefe. Then we will delve into our portfolio of other future-facing metals and work them to a successful conclusion.
All right, Anthony, thanks so much for your time and giving us a sense of where things are at with Orion Minerals. Now, that was Anthony Lennox, CEO of Orion Minerals.